Good afternoon. My name is Jana Smetankova, and I am from Faculty of Civil Engineering in Košice, concretely from Center of Research and Innovation in Construction. I would like to present our article with the title Impact of the COVID-19 Pandemic on the Educational Process, Use of Innovative Educational Technology. Article and presentation is divided into 4 parts, concretely. Introduction, innovative technologies and the educational process, methodology, and last part is results and conclusion. The COVID-19 pandemic is a global health crisis. Due to the pandemic situation, it was necessary to introduce the different message to protect for against COVID-19. For example, increase of hygienic standards, increase hygienic, wearing face masks and respirators, regular cleaning, and disinfection of common areas and preventing the movement of people. Individual education institutes had to move from full-time education to distance learning. As many as 91% of students were affected by the temporary closure of schools. There are several measures that prevent the spread of COVID-19 in school, for example, testing, quarantine, and monitoring of students and staff, vaccination of students and staff, ensuring physical distance, increase hygienic standards, the need to wear face masks or respirators, detailed discussion of the measures in the place, and screening and care for sick students, teachers, and other staff, and other measures. Next part is focus innovative technology in the educational process. It was the pandemic that accelerated the implementation of selected innovative tools in the educational process. Increasingly, M-learning and e-learning tools began to be used. M-learning is learning processes via the internet or network using personal mobile devices, for example, smartphones, tablets, and laptops. M-learning uses mobile learning tools, for example, videos, animations, tutorials, games, quizzes, interactive assessment, discussion forums and chats, and information and communication tools. The use of M-learning has many advantages, for example, mobility. Students can study at any place and at any time. M-learning provides instant access to relevant contents. Next advantages is support of independence. Students learn at their own pace. There is no pressure on students to understand a particular concept or lesson within a particular lessons. Next advantages is support of dynamics. M-learning allows teachers to insert a variety of images, presentations, audio files, and videos, allowing them to adapt their interpretation style to a wide range of students. Next advantages is better completion rates and higher retentions. Online courses are most concise, and the structure of the information provided is more dynamic and transparent. Last advantages is support of the teamwork. M-learning contains 3 parts, concretely. First part is learning management system. Learning management system represents the function of student management and courses, students' evaluations, monitoring, and their activities. Next part is learning content management system. Learning content management system includes function for creating contents, courses, the import, export, and sharing. Last part is information and communication technology. Information and communication technology are communication tools to support synchronization and asynchronization of teacher and students. Next part is focused on methodology. The research was focused on the issue of teaching evaluation and the Faculty of Civil Engineering of the Technical University of Kosice before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. The main aim of the paper was to compare the student approach to study and evaluate individual study subjects. The research sample was contacted by email and via the MICE information systems. The return rate of the questionnaire in the second year was relatively low. The data were obtained through an online questionnaire. As part of the research, students of the Faculty of Civil Engineering Turkey were addressed. In the period before the pandemic, 668 students were contacted. In the period during the pandemic, 724 students were contacted. Of the total number of students, the return was at the level of approximately 14% and approximately 12%. The questionnaire consists of 9 questions and was divided into 4 sections concretely. First section is information about the respondents, concretely, study program, year, form of study. Second section is approach to study, concretely, subjective evaluations, mainly students' opinion. Next section is evaluation of subject, concretely, definition of a significant subject, mainly positive or negative experience. Last section is evaluation of distance teaching, concretely, form of teaching, content of teaching, and students' approach to study during individual waves of the pandemic. The first part of the research, data on respondents were obtained. The research was carried out in 2 periods. First period is the winter semester of the year 2019, and next period is in the winter semester of the year 2020. Therefore, the number of respondents differs. The return of questionnaire recorded a significant decrease feedback from students. Percentages increase in return was recording in the study program, concretely of bachelor study program, civil engineering and architecture, engineering and traffic structures, technology and management in construction, and building with environmental purpose. And in engineering study, concretely study program, civil engineering, engineering and traffic structures, technology and management in construction, and building with environmental purpose. Another part of the research was focused on the analysis of the students' approach to study. Students answered the simple question, how do you do evaluation or approach to study? Due to the fact of a change in the form of teaching, various innovative technologies, say learning tools, were implemented more quickly into the educational process, for example, Tuke Moodle and Cisco WebEx. They were provided to students through the Tuke Moodle system, study materials, audio and video recordings materials, online tests, and online communications. Students also use the Cisco WebEx applications. Cisco WebEx information and communication tools is application for calling, messages, meeting, and working. The use of this platform increased the connection with students through video conferences, increased cooperation and interactive between students and teachers. The utilization rate of these tools increased by almost 70%. With the increase of digitization and the use of innovative technologies and platforms, satisfaction has increased and student access to study has improved. Part of the research was also focused on the evaluation of individual subject of study. In both cases, the most evaluation and analysis subjects were focused on the mathematical discipline. For example, Mathematics 1, Mathematics 2, Numerical Mathematics and Mathematical Statistics, and Descriptive Geometry. Of the professional subject focused on architecture, design, and structure were most analyzed in both periods, for example, building studio, building structures, typology, technical equipment of buildings, and technology of construction process. The last part of research was focused on the evaluation of distance education. Students defined preferences in the areas of real-time teaching according on the schedule, teaching by means of video or audio recording of the curriculum, submission of study materials, consultation by email, live consultation via WebEx, and telephone consultation. Students did not prefer telephone consultation at all, and the most preferred element of distance learning were teaching through video or audio recording of the curriculum, sending study materials, and live consultation through Cisco WebEx tools. Another part of the research was focused on the evaluation of distance education during the first and second wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Students commented on the form of teaching and the contents of teaching. According to students, the form and context of teaching improved during the second wave of the pandemic compared to the first wave of the pandemic. The last part of the research analyzed students' approach to teaching during the COVID-19 pandemic, namely the comparison of the first wave of pandemic with the second wave of the pandemic. The obtained data confirmed the statement that with the increase in the use of digital technologies and the implementation of innovative elements, the level of student satisfaction increased. As a result of the pandemic, the implementation and use of selected innovative technologies and processes in the educational process has increased rapidly. Various information and communication tools and the learning management system were used to a great extent. Satisfaction rates increased significantly during the second wave of the pandemic. Teachers used more innovative tools and digital technologies, which increased the flexibility and attractiveness of the subject. Adaptation of contents to the listener, better presentations, use of digital tools such as virtual reality, building information modeling tools, and other innovative technologies and tools. Great restrictions have arisen, especially in the area of connection with practice. Many teachers provide lectures by experts from practice, but students lack direct interaction of construction sites, in construction companies, and laboratories. The aim of future research will be a true analysis of the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the educational process. The aim of future research will be to create crisis automat for education. On the basis of the obtained data, individual procedure steps, methods, and tools will be determined, which will directly help to increase the efficiency, productivity, and quality of education during the crisis periods. Thank you for your attention.